people start planning to buy a home in this economy?
Ooh, that's good. I would say the number one thing people get wrong about networking is they come into it with the mindset of, what can I get out of this? It is important to me to just stick to my word. So if I say I'm going to do something for someone, like, I'm going to do it.
What are some of the attributes that you feel that you possess that make you successful in this field? And what are the attributes that you feel like make a successful realtor in general?
Gotcha. Well, I am a successful realtor, so I feel like any attributes that I have would apply to successful realtors.
Yeah.
I would say, one is confidence. Like, you have to exude confidence in this field and any other, like CPA, financial planner, attorney. People can smell if you don't have confidence. Yeah. Like, they will be able to tell. So you have to have confidence. And then I have really good follow-up. It is important to me to just stick to my word. So if I say I'm going to do something for someone or I'm going to send something, like, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. I almost never cancel. I never cancel appointments on clients. I don't really cancel things in my personal life. So I just have really good follow through. And a lot of people don't these days. A lot of people say they're going to send something and they never send it. And that just breaks trust. So when you follow up on what you say you're going to do, it builds a lot of trust. Another thing I've noticed in the real estate space is this interesting balance between, there's a lot of realtors who are really good at their job. Like, they're good realtors in the transaction, but they're really bad at marketing and connecting with people. And then there's others who are really good at marketing and connecting with people, but they're actually bad at their job when it comes down to it. So if you can just do both of those things together, be a practitioner of your work and be a good marketer and be a good connector with people, it's really rare, and you're unstoppable. But most people tend to just lean into one or the other, and they're really missing kind of part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any attributes that you feel like you don't possess that you're trying to work on, like, a little bit?
There's always things I'm trying to work on, right? Yeah. I would say patience is one for me. Like, I'm not really a super patient person by nature. I feel like I'm decently patient with our clients. And then just learning to work with different personalities. I'm very direct, so I like getting to the point. And when people like talk in circles or maybe are the more creative type, that's a little harder for me. But it's not necessarily right versus wrong. It's just like, I need to learn how to deal with that better.
Yeah. So I won't talk in circles. I'll get straight to the point.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you built a reputation for strong relationships and honestly utilizing all this skill set, which is why I think you started off so quickly and so hot, selling all these houses. What do people get wrong about networking or making meaningful connections?
I would say the number one thing people get wrong about networking is they come into it with the mindset of, what can I get out of this? How can these people give me something? Almost always. Like, I'm going to go network so I can get business from this person or whatever. But you need to come into it with the mindset of, how can I give?
Yeah.
And that's more of like kind of like a servant leadership mentality. But when you give a lot, eventually you get, and maybe it will take longer to see that. But that's how you need to go about it.
Yeah. That's something that I'm trying to learn too in just having this space is like, I have the opportunity to give someone an experience and also the ability to kind of like poke and prod and make connections and find out some information that could be useful to me, but realistically, like, I want to help other people.
Yeah. And it has to be genuine too.
Yeah.
It can't just be like surface level. It has to be like, I genuinely want to give as much as I can to other people.
Yeah. Which is, again, why you do such a great job. How do people begin to meet the right people? If you're like me and just kind of haven't spent a lot of time getting out into the city or networking or doing all these things, like, what is the first step or some of the first steps that people should take in building relationships or just being in the right place, right time?
Yeah. I would say really think about like what your end goal is. So that will lead you to connecting with the right people and like quality over quantity for sure. I I've found a lot of success in real estate conferences and real estate agent networks because we all share referrals with each other. So we're all doing the same thing. That's kind of unique. That doesn't apply to every business. But we'll go to these real estate conferences and there'll be people who stand at the door and are like, I'm in Arizona, send me your referrals. I'm in Arizona, send me your referrals. And they just pass out business cards. That's like a quantity mindset, not a quality mindset. And I never remember those people. Yeah. In fact, I don't like them. Yeah. I'm like, I'll never send you a referral. Throw that business card away immediately. I'm throwing it away and I'm never sending you business because I don't like how you did that. Their mentality was take. Yeah. Versus when I go to the conferences and I have a really nice conversation with someone at dinner that I'm sitting next to and we go a little bit deeper, of course I'm going to remember them and we're going to have a lasting relationship. So definitely quality over quantity. And just being okay being rejected. If you're trying to connect with people, like if they say no the first time, they're just busy. So keep following up. There's a balance between being annoying and being respectful there, but that's important. And then if there's someone higher up you want to meet, like be flexible for them. Meet where it's convenient for them, when it's convenient for them. People who are really busy, they don't have time. Like I don't have time to go to Portland to meet someone. I'll never go to Portland to meet someone. Over a cup
of coffee or something,
Never. Yeah. I will never do it. It pretty much doesn't matter who you are. You have to come over to Camas in my office parking lot and then I'll meet with you. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And it's not like I don't mean disrespect by it, but it literally just doesn't work otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you got things going on.
Yeah.
Did you have a mentor throughout this whole process at all?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say I didn't have like a formal mentor, but my mentor his name is Tom Ferry, and he is the person that started the coaching company that I'm a part of.
Okay.
And so he's not my personal coach. I've gotten to know him throughout the years, which has been really fun. And we do have a relationship now, but I've watched all of his videos and he's put out thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of motivation and, tactical business stuff for real estate agents. So like he's the person that has kind of helped me through everything.
Nice.
Yeah. And even if he doesn't realize it because, a lot of it's through video and he's a very, very busy person.
Is he local or no?
No, he was based in California for a long time. And then now his business is partially in Texas. Nice. Yeah. So that's like when we fly out to do the conferences, like we're going to his events.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so you just found someone online that resonated with you and just started absorbing information?
Yep.
Huh? That's what I do too. So that's solid.
If I hadn't seen his videos, I wouldn't be in the industry. Like his videos came across my YouTube when I was career searching and I watched a whole bunch of them and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Did you go to college?
I did. I have a finance degree.
Okay. And so what was the trajectory originally?
That's a funny question. I did college. I did 3 years to get my degree. And halfway through those 3 years, COVID hit. So I did half of everything online. And so things kind of changed. I was supposed to have a finance internship that summer and it got canceled because of COVID. So I ended up working for Milwaukee Power Tools in the aisles of Home Depot.
Nice.
In marketing and sales, which was really interesting and not what I wanted to be doing. It was a tough environment, as you could imagine. And I said, I've got to find something that I'm going to do. I didn't really like finance that much. I didn't really like the whole, go in, start low, work, bajillion hours a week, become an advisor, but still work all the time and grind. I wasn't going to work at Morgan Stanley. Fisher Investments didn't want me. So I tried to find something that didn't have really any limit and was very like self-starter. Like you get out of it what you put into it. And this was perfect.
Home Depot is perfect.
No, real estate was perfect. Home Depot is not perfect. No. But I am Team Home Depot over Lowe's.
I am Team Home Depot all day long.
They have a really good app.
I literally just walk in there. I walked in the other day with my son and just like went up and down the aisles and I'm like, I could be a carpenter for sure. Like I could build something. I could build something today.
Yeah.
But I never buy anything. That's interesting because I noticed your skill set like just straight from the jump has been not only your confidence, but like your skills that you developed resonated with your introduction into real estate, like your sales, your communication skills, your connection skills, like all these things just came natural to you. So I had a feeling that you did something previously before that. Cause I'm like, there is no way she just like rolled out of bed and just started killing it, you know, with all these skills. Cause I mean, it takes time. Like it takes time to learn how to not be selfish when it's like you have ambition, you know, it's like I have ambition and I just want to grow and attain and do all these things. But then you forget like, oh, I need to help people first and then they can help me out, you know? So some things that I'm literally trying to rewire in my brain. You just did it a lot earlier. So I'm trying to take notes. Let's see. You already answered that one. A lot of people say the market is too saturated and too competitive. And how do you filter out that noise?
I don't really think that. I think that there's always room at the top of any industry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what industry it is. If you're aiming to be the best, there will always be an opportunity for you. The reality is my industry is full of very mediocre, average people or below average. This is kind of an embarrassing industry to be in sometimes. Like I remember I thought that when I started, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a real estate agent. Like what a failure, you know, like I got a finance degree. Like I had a 4.0 in high school and college. But I just decided to do it better. So I looked around, I saw a lot of people who weren't doing a good job. And I was like, I can be a better practitioner of my work. I can be a better real estate agent in the transaction, bring better results for the clients, and I can be a better marketer and connector. And if I do both those two things together, then we're going to be unstoppable.
Well, that's the thing about real estate too, is that anyone can do it, you know? And so it's not the hardest thing in the world to pass and get your license and do all the things.
Yeah.
And so you have that title of, you know, working for a company and doing all these things. But really it's impressive. Like after I was doing the course, I'm like, you really do have to be dialed, knowledgeable. And then there's so many skills. People don't realize it's like a freelance job almost. Like you work a lot of the time for yourself. You make your own connections. Yes, there's teams and yes, there's tools to help you out. But at the end of the day, it's like you either sink or you swim.
Of course.
By your own accord. So
yeah,
that's always something that I'm like, okay, the outliers are the people who really know business and connection and communication. It's just, you know, finance, you know, the markets, all these things. So it's just really impressive. How much of your success do you attribute to discipline and consistency versus right place, right time?
I would say everything. I mean, we were talking before we got on here about my office.
Yeah.
And I have an actual office. Like a lot of real estate agents these days, they only work from home, which is totally fine. Not hating on them at all. I also have a home office, of course. But we have an office we go into, and we pretty much go in there Monday through Friday. I'm in there in the morning from 8:30 to 11, and I am following up with people. That's like my number one priority. And I'm taking care of office stuff. I'm handling the transactions. I'm handling questions. We're looking at new listings for our buyers. We're getting things ready for our listings. If you don't like anchor your day as a real estate agent, it will just get completely out of control. So then I make afternoons for appointments and meeting people. And that discipline and that consistency has been literally everything. It feels like in the moment, maybe it's not that big of a deal if you skip, or it's not that big of a deal if you do or don't do it. And it's not for one day, but it's the effect of doing it every day for 5 years that really adds up.
Yeah.
And it also, you know, it's a very professional way to start the day. This industry is really unprofessional in a lot of ways. I think there's a good way to do it where you're still professional, but really personable. And a lot of people, they lean into the personable too much and they forget about the professional part. And it's like, you can't do that.
Yeah, because again, it's almost like a freelance sort of spot. And so just like with any business that you're trying to take on by yourself, if I don't have structure in this, like it'll all fall apart in like a week, you know, because then you just get in your routines, you sleep in, you like don't have any structure for the day. And you're like, what am I going to do today? You know? And that's where a lot of people I feel like fail. And that's a place where I'm trying to revitalize and revamp, is like making sure that I have a structure. Do you have some sort of a like a guideline that you follow weekly? Like every Sunday I create my schedule for the rest of the week, or?
No, I mean, in this industry, you still have to be flexible, right? And it's not so rigid that like I never go off of it. Like I do go off of it sometimes. That's the beauty of what I do. But the guideline for me is like get in the office 8 to 8:30 every day, Monday through Friday. I'll be in there probably till 11, maybe 10:30ish sometimes, maybe noon other days. And then after that, we're going to go do appointments. We're going to meet our buyers. We're going to meet our sellers. We're going to show properties. We're going to preview properties. We're going to stop by our construction sites. We're going to go to brokers' opens, whatever it is. And then on the weekends, like I used to work a lot on the weekends. Now I have amazing people that work for me and with me. And so I don't work too much on the weekends, but I'll do like stuff by appointment only on the weekends. Nice. Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm feeling pretty happy where we're at right now. We have an amazing team of people that are really bought in, work really hard. All of our clients love them. We have great market share. I really enjoy building and development. And so I'd love to do something there eventually. With me as, maybe an owner of another company. Ancillary businesses are always interesting to me. Mortgage, title, escrow, building development, insurance, roofing company. We do a lot of roof replacements every year. Nice. So I would say what's next is going deeper, not wider. And we'll see where that goes.
Do you get afraid of your ambition at all?
Well, that's a good question. Not really. No. I don't think so.
Like the never-ending, insatiable craving. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah, like
I feel like I do.
Like you always want more.
You always want more.
Yeah.
And it's not even like money-driven whatsoever. It's like I want to do more.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I've really quelled that the last year or two because once you become aware of it, like usually your family makes you aware of it, right? They're like, hey, snap out of this. Like, come on, we're living a good life. Like, you don't always need more. Once you become aware of it, like you try to have a little bit more balance, for lack of a better word. And I'm not on the pursuit of more just for more. Like there needs to be a reason why.
Yeah.
And you get to a point eventually in business where everything's so abundant that like you just don't need more for the sake of more. Like you want quality. You want a quality life. You want memories with family and friends. So I think there is a way to do it all though.
Yeah. And that's what I'm learning is like the more you're attaining, the more responsibilities come with that. And then you get to a point where you're almost handcuffed to your ambition and your responsibilities really. Cause it's like, okay, let's say I take on this business and I get the opportunity to own a building company, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with developments now and whatever comes with that, and that's something that you're not even prepared for, don't even know about. And then your balance gets slipped and then,
that's part of the process though.
That's part of the process.
And that's why it's imperative to build up a team around you of people that can help take things off your plate because you should never be doing it all. And so, like when you open new businesses, the goal is who can come along to help me, who, not how. Like having the right people in place really does make a difference.
When do you think is a good time to start implementing people into the business?
Totally depends on the business that you are running.
Yeah.
I can only speak for mine. The first real estate agent hire is typically a transaction coordinator, which is someone that helps with like paperwork and timelines, emails, and they're really good at it. And that's what they do all day. They sit behind the email. That one to me is like, as soon as you can sell about 15 to 20 houses a year, have that person come on. But then after that, it's an assistant, and great assistants change lives. And there's so many jobs that need assistance or could use assistance. And that's when you find yourself doing like a lot of minutia every day, scheduling things, emails, errands. Like you don't need to be doing all of that. You can't move the business forward in a big way if you're doing all of that.
Yeah. Just developing, how do you find those people, Yeah,
that's a good question. I've always just posted on job boards online when we hire, like, again, just a very professional, kind of boring way to do it. And have been really dialed in on our hiring process. Like we kind of make it like hard to get through. And I know that's annoying if you're interviewing, but we want to make sure people are the right fit and there's lots of checks and balances. Part of it is like, do they meet the criterias, but also what's the vibe check on them?
Yeah.
And can I get along with them just on a daily basis? Overall, I think the most important thing is, do they have the qualities and characteristics of a good human, and do they share the same values? Because if they do, I can, or my team can teach them any skills that they need to learn. But if they have the skills and they don't have the same values, we will never be in alignment.
Yeah. What is your goal for social media? You've been taking on that for a couple of years now, and the thing that I hear most about you is that you do such a good job on social media, and it's not even like the short form stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I looked at your page on Instagram, and it's like, it's not even that much. You do more long form stuff, and that's what seems to be driving everyone your way. Like, what was the moment that you decided that like you needed to go long form instead of short form?
Well, I do both.
You do both, yeah.
I decided was like at the beginning of my career, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the thing that people don't like hearing is like, there's no secret. There's literally no secret. It's just, I've done it every single week for 5 years, or every single day on stories for 5 years. People just don't want to do that though. They don't want to stay consistent. They don't want to stay committed to something. They're not willing to invest. My overall goal with the social media presence as a real estate agent and in our business is like the I see you everywhere effect. So we want to be seen on Instagram, on Facebook. We're going to push ads as well to anyone who's been on our Instagram, Facebook, or our website. So you're going to get retargeted with more videos. We want to be on YouTube. You know, people watch YouTube like it's TV. That is our number one watch platform, is TVs first, which is really interesting. And then we mail people as well. Old school works, right? In conjunction with new school. And then we do some events and we do some gifts and things like that. And so when you show up in every medium, people feel like they can't get away from you. And then you're just like top of mind for that service. And they're like, of course you're the person that I'm going to call. So it's like an easy yes. And you build trust without having to ever like actually call the client. So they could just be watching you and tuning into your stuff for years and years. And then they're an immediate yes when they come to you, and we have way better rapport.
Because you're a little local celebrity now.
Oh gosh. It's all about building quality connections too, not quantity. One of our goals this year is quality clients. And I don't mean that like disrespect that certain people aren't quality people, right? It's just like, we want to work with people that are a match, that want to take our advice, that are our ideal avatar, because we're going to get them better results, and it's going to be a better use of our time, and we're going to have more fun. Yeah. So why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I would love to work with exactly who I want to work with every single time. You know?
Exactly.
And if there's a way to format that, then you should follow that game plan. Did you start real estate with a format and a game plan? Because what I'm learning is that in every avenue, just like you were saying with social media, it's like there's a reason why you do everything. And I think too many people go into whatever field it is without a solid game plan of like, for socials and for, you know, my outreach, this is my plan. And for my daily routines, this is my plan. So did you have that, or did you have to build that?
I started with one for sure. I don't know if I started with one on day one, but like I had an idea of where I was going. I set goals. That game plan changes every year, and it's changed all the time as I've gone through different phases of business. But like year one was, I'm doing X number of open houses. I did an open house every Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to go knock on people's doors. I'm going to make a video every single week. And I started with the daily schedule that I shared with you earlier of like, in the morning, I'm doing office stuff. I'm taking care of things. I'm starting in a professional way every day. Even if I don't have people to meet with, I'm just waking up and working like it's a job. And then in the afternoon, I'll go meet people. And so having that structure really is like important.
That's what makes success. And I'm learning from people online all the time. I don't have a mentor right now. So like, I'm just absorbing as much information from podcasters and business owners and all this stuff. And everyone is just saying like, develop a format and a structure for your life, for your business, for every avenue, and then follow it like with a large amount of discipline and consistency, and you're going to see results. So
the thing with owning a business that people often are attracted to is flexibility, or like you can do whatever you want. But it's way more of a curse than a blessing, because
I was about to say that's a lie.
You can't, and that's our entire industry in a nutshell, is you can do whatever you want. There is no structure. You can structure it. There's 100 different structures that work. And so if you don't hone down on a daily plan, a weekly plan, a structure, you will feel like you're just in constant chaos.
Oh yeah.
So it is absolutely essential.
Yeah. Who or what taught you that level of consistency?
Tom Ferry, my mentor.
Tom Ferry?
Yeah.
I didn't know if like some sort of upbringing, like did you play sports and stuff where it just allowed you to like have that mindset from the jump, or did you actually have to develop that like later on in life?
Yeah, I've always kind of been that way. I did play sports. I was never like a great athlete, but I did enjoy sports and working out. My dad was in the military, so like if you're not 5 minutes early, you're late. Yep. Like always follow through on your commitments. So, yeah.
That's my dad was same way too, and we had from a family of six kids, Brady Bunch.
Oh wow!
Like a blended family.
Yeah.
And it was a tight ship. Like everything was like
everything
dialed.
had to work.
We had a like a to-do list, a chores list on the fridge, and my mom would make it on a spreadsheet, and it was like Brandon, Melody, Johnny, Chelsea, all this stuff, and like dates, times, like what you're doing. It was crazy, all color coordinated. Yeah, and you couldn't just go in the fridge and get a snack. Like there was an amount of snacks that you could have each week in a specific snack.
It was structured.
Oh yeah, it was structured for sure. So I enjoy it now, knowing that what we do is like need structure. But before I was like, just let me have like a cheese stick right now. Like, I'm hungry. When things feel unstable and a lot of agents freeze, how do you personally think about opportunity during economic slowdowns?
So during economic slowdowns, I would say I'm always like overproducing in my business, and I'm always living with like personally and business wise with a lot of margin. So I never feel like desperate for money, or I'm never like, oh crap, like opportunities are going to run out immediately. And so again, that goes back to discipline, like saving your money rather than spending it all. So I'm just not worried. And whenever there's a downturn, like that just means more opportunity. It does not matter what the market's doing in the real estate industry, there's always an opportunity. And so if you come at it with that perspective and you genuinely mean it, you will find the opportunity. Whereas a lot of people, they just, they turn on the news and they hear whatever bad thing is happening there and they let it worry them and get to their soul. Like you just can't do that.
Is that opportunity just for realtors, or is that for buyers and sellers as well too?
For everyone. Yeah, buyers and sellers. Absolutely. As long as you have the right people on your side, I think this is true for anything, and you have the right mindset, like there is always an opportunity. There's always room at the top.
Yeah, that is true. Is that how you begin to stay grounded like during those times? Or have you previously before like panicked in those shifting times and, almost lost it?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, like we've been really blessed, and I haven't had any moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like things are totally out of control. We did have a moment last year in 2025 where I was like, like not a lot of people have reached out lately. Like, let me look into this. And I looked into some of my videos and what we're doing, and I was like, oh, I need to put a little bit more effort here. And I put a little bit more proactive effort and changed a couple things, not a lot, but just a little bit, got it back on track. And then like, boom, we were back on track almost immediately. So
it always fluctuates. And so I think it really does separate the people who really have that strategy and really have the business savvy to stay in, and they should stay in, because I think it weeds out the weak and weeds out the people who are not necessarily meant to do it, which is not a bad thing. It's just like there's a natural flow and occurrence that tests the people who are supposed to be in there. And that's in any industry that you go into, it's like for video and in my business, there's always like, everyone wants my services this month. And then no 3 months down the road, it's like, I think I'm going to shoot on my iPhone. I'm like, cool. Yeah. But I need money.
Right.
Oh my God, I will shoot it on your iPhone for like $100, please. Just let me live. I have a child. What, are you money motivated or are you motivated in other
Yeah, I mean,
facets?
of course, I feel like we all are to some extent.
Yeah.
I feel like more than money motivated, I'm personal financial motivated.
Yeah.
Like I've always just wanted to come out ahead. Like in high school, I was planning like how can I graduate college debt free, and then in college, it's like how can I come out of college with X amount of money in the bank for my next endeavor, because it just creates security. I would say more than being money motivated now, though, is more like impact motivated. Like, kind of impact can I leave on the world? What kind of impact can I have for my employees? Like, that's really important to me because a lot of companies treat their employees like the last thing that gets taken care of, but like they actually need to be the first thing that gets taken care of, because when you take care of them first, then they take care of your people and everyone's happier.
Yeah.
So like that's more important to me, and then like family and just like, quality life.
Yeah. So is that your impact that you're working on right now, is like employees first, family first, and then kind of building out from there?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you see businesses just crumble. Like I used to work in the restaurant industry,
Yeah,
and you would see
me too.
people who started doing really good,
Yeah.
as far as businesses go, and they begin to scale. And then when you scale, you forget about the ones who like
Caught you there.
allowed you to be able to scale.
Yeah.
And you just see them always crumble because they stop taking care of their employees. They stop paying attention to the finer details and stuff. And then all of a sudden their reach gets it just all falls down because their foundation is just, it's ruined.
You have to keep that in mind. One of our core values is we show our gratitude. And so it's like we show our gratitude to people in the community, our clients, of course, but like also always trying to show my gratitude in different ways to our employees, because if they don't feel appreciated, like they're going to leave. Like that's the number one thing that people care about even more than money, is like, I want to feel appreciated and respected.
How are you planning to get connected with the community more? Because you obviously are a community rich person. Like you make neighborhood tours and city tours and things like that, so that not only people coming in from out of state know what Camas is about or Ridgefield's about or whatever it is, you're letting the people who live there know about, what's available. So like, what's your ambition for the community?
I would say I don't have this like super top of mind right now, but it's kind of like more in the back of my mind, especially related to our YouTube channel. We do so many updates on the area. My goal for community connection is like connecting with the developers, the builders, maybe other local people, ideally avoiding politicians because that always gets hairy, and just sharing whatever they're doing with the community in hopefully a positive light.
Nice.
So that's kind of what I'm focused on, because I care so much about those like big developments, those big building projects. Like I think it's the coolest thing in the world, and everyone hates builders and developers. They just think that they're all evil, and they're not. And so it's like I want to share what they're doing.
Shed light on that.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, they're supplying a lot of homes, in a place. And
they're doing a hard ass job.
yeah, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
How do you get involved with the community?
I don't know how to answer that question with like this is what you do.
Or how do you get involved with the community?
That's a better question, I think. I think I could probably have more community involvement. First of all, I'll say that. Like, I'm not the person that's at every chamber event and is at all the charity things, and like maybe I will be one day, but I think it's just a matter of like reaching out to whoever you want to meet. And if you want to meet with someone, especially someone of like higher importance or whatnot, like you need to be very specific when you reach out to them. Be like, hey, I am reaching out to you for XYZ reason, and I'd like to meet with you. I'll meet with you at your time, at a time of your convenience, a place of your convenience. Like, I'll just make it easy for you. It is my pet peeve when people reach out and they're like, I just want to connect, or I just want to pick your brain. What do you want? Be specific.
Yeah.
I do not want to just connect. That literally means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like if you tell me that, I will be so upset.
Yeah.
And I will never want to meet with you.
Yeah. And then also they have nothing to offer and give. So, I mean, you're super busy, and that's probably why that they're reaching out to you in the first place, is that they want your, not only your reach, your connections, your knowledge and know-how, but like they don't have anything to offer because they're in a position that's not.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we all have things to offer, even if you're of a different social status or business status, like that doesn't always matter, but it's just the way you go about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you sell in Portland too?
No.
No.
I don't do anything in Portland.
Specifically here. And you were from here too?
No. I grew up in Lake Stevens, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you move
here? I moved here 5 years ago.
You moved here 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Huh. And from there, you went to college in Lake Stevens, or you went to college?
I went to college at Washington State University in Pullman.
State. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. All over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I 18 years in Lake Stevens, which was great. And then 3 years in Pullman. And then now 5-ish years down here.
And do you have family here? Or are they
Yeah, my boyfriend's family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of his parents, siblings, grandparents are right over the river in Gresham.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's great to be close to people that you love.
And do you like it here, or do you want to move back at all?
Oh, I love it here.
Yeah.
No, this is way better than up north. Obviously, like being in your hometown is awesome, but it's warmer here, always by a couple degrees, less rainy. Everything's closer. Up in Lake Stevens, you got to drive further to get to big stores and shops and things. Housing is less expensive by about 20 to 30%. If you can believe that, it's 20 to 30%.
You said 20 to 30%?
Yep.
Okay, because I just looked up this morning, median house in at least Vancouver was $480, I think.
Yeah. It's a lot more expensive up in Snohomish County where I grew up these days because it's a Seattle and Everett suburb. And then we're right over the river from Portland. PDX is a beautiful, well-ran airport. SeaTac is a POS airport.
Nice.
And it was 2 hours away growing up, one way. So that was a big deal.
Jeez.
So everything's better
right.
down here. It's really the sweet spot of the West Coast, and it is the secret, or it was the secret. It's not so secret anymore the last 5 to 10 years, but it is still the most affordable major market on the West Coast.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you see that secret's kind of being revealed because the waterfront's being built out.
Yep.
Excuse me. Camas is being built out. Ridgefield's being built out. I'm
Totally.
assuming Battleground's going to be built out next. Vancouver's kind of revitalizing with the streets and everything being redone.
Yeah.
There's so much
growth.
opportunity
So
and
much
so much
opportunity,
growth.
yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, ooh, this is kind of like prime time to
It is prime time.
really establish.
We're the county where everything's going to here. Like, we're a part of the Portland Metro, and I forget how many are on the Portland side. I don't know, like 5 or something. Someone can correct me on that. Everyone wants to come to Clark County. Developers, builders, businesses, people living in homes so they don't have to pay state income tax and all the other ridiculous taxes in Multnomah County. This is the spot to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there a specific spot that you like most?
I live and our office is in Camas, so that's kind of our specialty. Like, if you want to buy or sell in Camas, please don't call anyone else, because we know every neighborhood, every home sale, like that is our specialty, and East Vancouver. So that's my personal favorite, but there's so many other great spots in town too. Yeah.
Yeah, like downtown Vancouver, at least where I'm at,
Yeah.
it's about 5 to 10 minutes away.
Easy. Love that.
Super easy,
Yeah.
and it's got everything. Like just right off,
Convenience.
just right off the I-5, north and south. You can cut over 14, 205. Airport's 20 minutes away. Like, there's just everything that you could want. And I go into Portland all the time. It's like a 15-minute,
That's easy.
drive into a major city, so.
Yeah, Vancouver overall is set up in a very good way with 2 freeways going north-south and 2 going east-west. It's just kind of one big circle, and it's just easy. It's great.
Are they doing the bridge soon?
They say that the bridge is going to break ground here in 2026, the new one. And what I keep saying is I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
But that is the plan.
What I thought about as a business, I was like, what if I get like a little dinghy boat or something and just like haul people back and forth in the
I feel
water?
like they'd probably shut you down on that with all the stuff going on there.
Maybe I'll go
They'd
a
say
little
you
bit farther
can't.
than the bridge, but
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, people are going to need to go back and forth. And I don't know what sort of option they're going to provide for that. But if
I'm
you
pretty
ferry
sure
people back and forth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're building they're building the new bridge, not where the old bridge is right now. I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh. So the old bridge will still be in use.
Like, people will still be able to get across. I'm sure there'll be tons of blockages and stoppages, but
oh yeah,
they can't just not have that bridge available for 5 to 10 years. Like, that's not going to work.
yeah. Well, they were saying it was going to lay off like a ridiculous amount of people and close like, I think like 80,000 people plus were going to be laid off because
Really? I haven't heard that.
That's something that I read on an article when I guess it was the idea was first coming out.
I haven't heard that at all. I've heard that it will create a ton of jobs for the area because building infrastructure, that's huge. We need people to plan it, then we need people to actually build it. So I've heard like 10,000 direct and indirect jobs will be coming because of it.
Nice.
I'm sure that will cause inconvenience for people who work in Portland and live in Clark County.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to lose their job over that. Yeah.
That's why I'm investing in a helicopter.
Oh, there we go.
It's easy. It's easier.
Good.
So I found one on Facebook Market for like 80,000.
Oh, good.
A little 2-seater. I can rappel down. Super simple. Or skydive out, you know. I've never done that before, so could be an interesting way to get to work.
Yeah.
How do people, there's tons of ways to do this, but how do people start planning to buy a home in this economy?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. When you think about buying a home, there's really two arms to consider. It's like the down payment and the funds you have in the bank. And then also like what kind of income do you make so you can qualify for the loan. So it's getting those two things up as much as possible. When you're saving money, especially if you feel like you're not making a lot of money, it can be hard because you feel like you're not saving that quickly, but every little dollar does add up. So like doing a budget and looking at your personal finance and saying, where can I cut things out? Where can I sacrifice? The best hack if you're still young and you are not married with kids, like this doesn't apply to everyone, is live with roommates and pay only part of a rent, or like live with family or parents and pay no rent. And then the key is you can't spend that extra money. You have to save it. A lot of people are like, yeah, you know, I can go out every weekend. No, you got to save it.
Yeah.
And then the other arm is like making more income or making it in a way that is more suitable for the lender. It is harder to qualify as 1099 if you work for yourself or you're a business owner. So like maybe getting a consistent salary job or doing some sort of extra job on the side. And then salary will count higher than like hourly wages. So like seeing if you can switch your income to a salary rather than hourly is good. And then beyond that is just like figuring out what you want in a home. And we help people with that. But at the end of the day, only they can do the work. They have to go check out the neighborhoods themselves. They have to determine how many bedrooms and bathrooms is right for them. And what I can tell you is for first-time home buyers, even those who like don't have a lot of money or don't make that much money, if they're decisive with what they want and they're like set after it, they're going to get it. They always do. But if they're kind of wishy-washy, it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah. How do you deal with, I know in this industry, there's a lot of people who want things very specifically, and sometimes it's out of their budget, out of their range, out of their, just the scope. It's just not feasible for what they're wanting.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
I want a Porsche.
Everyone wants more than they can afford. Even I do.
I want a Porsche. Okay. I want a 911. It's not happening soon, but I'll get it. How do you deal with negotiating and finding a way to articulate that this is not the right path for you and this is where you should be walking down?
It's just a matter of usually like showing the data and showing the facts. So if someone comes to us and says they want, you know, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom home in Camas for $600,000, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's like so great. That's your goal. Let's go on MLS right now and look and see how many homes sold in that range in Camas in the last year. And 5 show up on the list. And then I point all 5 out and they're all next to the freeway. Right. And so like, then you're showing the proof. And then I'm like, oh, it looks like there wasn't very much stuff in that range. So let's up it to 700 and then see what comes up. And then people can literally see, oh, nothing sold in that. Therefore, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
So it's just providing the data and the facts. We are agents who don't sugarcoat things. It's really important for us to just like be like, hey, I know this is what you want. We always want to be truthful. I don't think your expectations are aligned with reality right now, so we're going to need to adjust somewhere respectfully.
Is that how you keep like a level head with people for the most part, is just like consistently drilling in the data? Like, this is not me.
It's not me. This is just what the market's doing.
Yeah. And realistically, like I would love for you to be able to get that because that just means more money in my pocket if this goes through exactly how you want it to go through. So
yeah, same with like sellers, you know, you'll go to their house and they think it's worth $1 million, but it's only worth $800,000. It's like, the comparables are the comparables. These are what the recent sales are. I see them. All the other buyers can see them. So like, you know, if expectations aren't aligning with reality, then we just need to figure out a different solution.
I feel like that it's harder to be a seller's agent than a buyer's agent because people have such an idea in their head before they even talk to you that my home is worth X amount of dollars and I don't care who it is, like, or I have this much debt and it needs to be handled, you know, and it's like,
that's a big one.
It's not my debt, you know, it's like, this is your situation and I understand that this is the pinch that you're in, but that doesn't make the value of your home go up.
Totally.
So,
I wouldn't say that being a seller's agent is necessarily harder than a buyer's agent, but they are two very different jobs with different mentalities, different ways of dealing with the clients. I think it's important to do both because then it gives you perspective for the other side in any given transaction. But it's definitely different. It's more of a business mindset. It's when you sell, it's scary and hard and stressful. When you buy, it's usually exciting, not always, but it's usually exciting. You bought a new house. It's awesome. Yeah.
And you want something.
Yeah.
And when you're selling, obviously you want people to pay you for it, but everyone's trying to get the lowest cost possible. And so they're always coming at you like, hey, you know, I will offer you this. And
right. And for people who are really emotional, they're just like, I can't believe they, you know, are offering this. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. And it's like, you have to keep the clients more matter of fact.
It's the biggest investment for people in their entire lives for the most part. And so it is a hyper emotional deal. What's an ideal transaction for you? Like, would you rather be buyers, sellers, like doing the new builds?
We want to do both.
Yeah.
We want to do both. So I wouldn't just choose one. Like in our ideal world, we're 50%ish sellers, 50% buyers. I started my career with more buyers. Most agents do because it is a little easier to get your foot in the door there. So like that we have really, really operationalized, which is awesome. What was the second part of the question?
Just what is your ideal transaction?
Ideal transaction, right. Ideally someone looking in our preferred areas of town or selling in our preferred areas of town. So Camas, East Vancouver. If it's not Camas or East Vancouver, Washougal, Philida, Salmon Creek, and Ridgefield are areas that we do really well too. Someone who is probably a little bit more analytical than creative. They want the data, they want the facts, they know how to make decisions. And someone who's watched our videos, so they have that trust in us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you read books about, like, how do you develop the information, not just from like the guy who is your mentor? Do you, right now I'm listening to an audiobook that goes over human psychology and how to frame questions that allow you to get what you want out of a transaction.
Yeah.
So do you like absorb information like that to help you with the process?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't focus on that a lot right now, but like I should. I love reading books.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to read a new book. I'm reading Take the Stairs by Rory Vaden right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that one about?
It's about like discipline and consistency and just like taking the route that seems harder. So it's his mentality, his analogy in the book is instead of going up the escalator, the easy way, take the stairs. It seems harder in the moment, but you're going to get more exercise. You're going to get more movement. You're going to get more reps in. And so you're just going to be better at the top. Whereas if you take the escalator, there's no change that happens. It's the easy way.
And that's what I said it on the last podcast, but I was watching Landman and he was saying that his daughter is always taking the easy road. And he said she took a shortcut which Lord knows that's the longest route.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
When you really sit there and this only happens when you're going through it because there's no way to understand the lessons of either business or just chasing something and being disciplined towards something until you do it.
Yeah.
Is you have to go through some just really uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah.
And really hard stuff and really challenging stuff that you don't think you're going to make it through. And once you come out the other side, you're like, oh, I have the clarity now. I have the understanding now. And so I think that that's just pivotal in, I guess, the start of pursuing anything.
Yeah. I think about that with like money. Like everyone just wishes that $1 million falls in their lap. but $1 million falling in your lap is not the same as $1 million that you work for and you work like, diligently and hard for. They literally mean completely different things. Because to the person that falls in their lap, maybe it means something to them, but it's almost meaningless. Because there were no like life lessons attached to it. There was no like formation of character attached to it. Whereas when you do it yourself and you have to make it happen, like you learned all these lessons, that's the true riches.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I'm realizing too is money comes from the connections that you build and the knowledge that you attain, the experiences that you have.
Yeah.
But now I don't look for money anymore as the thing that I want to chase.
Yeah, it can't be your only end goal.
Yeah. And it's funny because like when I get money, I'm like, how can I utilize this to either just get another goal or fulfill another idea or do anything? So it's like,
yeah,
I don't even want money really. Like I want what it does for me. I don't want.
Right. People forget that money is just a store of value. So, what are you going to use it on?
It's created for a purpose, just like buying a home. It's like if I want to buy a house, that the bank prints that money for you to buy that house. So you just have to understand what it is that you want, and then money should essentially follow once those lessons come in, and once you're the right person to enact all the actions to get the money, then it'll come. So yeah, it's just a wild thing. Are you focused on like building assets?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. How would you go about building assets, not like being a financial advisor or anything, but like what would you say is like one of the best assets? Like is a home definitely a good asset to have even in this crazy economy?
A home's a great asset to have to live in as a primary residence. Like it just is. It will follow inflation or beat it. A single family home is not always the best as an investment, like just to buy it to rent out. Like I know that's really big these days, is everyone wants a duplex and rent it out. Like it's just a lot harder than the gurus online make it seem. And there's a lot more risk. Like you can't just close on rentals with no money in the bank and, no padding, no room there because there's just too much risk. But the value of having your own home that you live in is you have a roof over your head that no one's going to take from you as long as you obviously keep paying the mortgage. Yeah. So that's the real value there as an asset. Obviously stocks and bonds are good to be in. I don't really own a lot of like my own single family rentals right now, just because in Washington, it's really challenging to do that. It's hard to do that profitably right now. But, sending my money out to people that build apartments in the community, people that build multifamily, retail, and investing with them, just being like a hands-off partner. That's what I prefer.
Okay. So that's what I was curious about, is if you were like trying to do the fix and flips or, do the single family, or you just kick it off to people who are already doing it and you're just a lender, Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Man. Well, I think we hit all of them.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a really good podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Hannah Dubyne. That is probably the best place to connect. And we're also on YouTube, the Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel.
Let's go. All right. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much again.
Thanks.
That was the best.